So Anne is from Wisconsin. There you are. Hi, Anne.
Good morning.
Hi. So Anne, I love that you submitted I love what you submitted. It really touched my heart. And would you please read from the top so that everyone can tap into the email that you sent me?
Sure.
Thank you.
I found your book and the work via Eckhart Tolle. My daughter Hannah.
Yeah.
Was killed in a car accident in May.
Yeah.
It was a no-fault accident. Her husband was driving and they were hit by a truck. She died instantly. Matt, her husband, underwent 2 brain surgeries but survived, and he's making a full recovery. My husband and I were in the car in front of them when the accident occurred. They were home in Wisconsin for a wedding. So I'm trying to use the work to deal with my grief. I've tried working with, I'm angry that I've lost Hannah forever, or I'm angry at God, life, for ending Hannah's life so soon, taking her from all of us so soon. Hannah really was a beloved soul, kind, funny, sweet, gracious. She was a passionate worker for justice. She had a career as a civil rights worker and was just weeks away from finishing a master's in teaching and had a job lined up to work at a public charter school for young girls in inner city Baltimore. She was just short of her 30th birthday. She and her husband were role models to everyone in the kind of love they had for each other. He's an oncology nurse. So I really get stuck working with the predominant stumbling block in my thinking that I have lost her and that I will never really be happy without her physical presence again.
Yeah.
I get stuck at the final turnabout when I say I don't want to ever live through her death again, or I don't ever want to lose her again. I can't grasp that I would welcome her dying again and again. When I wrote this, I was doing your webinar on August 17th, and we had just come back from the break, and you spoke about the woman with the lawsuit and how when we look up close at our own situation, we say, but this one is real. This one is really real.
Yeah.
And that's how I feel about losing my daughter. Like, I can't just spiritualize that away.
No, we can't.
That this is real. My beloved daughter, who gave so much joy and meaning to my life, is gone. And I'm afraid I will never see, or be with her again. I get glimpses of the truth. I really do. But the fact that my thinking is what's causing my suffering, but the pain and the sorrow and the fear keeps coming back to me in waves in between the moments of clarity.
Yeah. Sweetheart, do you have a Judge Your Neighbor worksheet in front of you or a blank sheet of paper?
Yes.
Okay. So, which one is it?
I have both, as a matter of fact.
Okay. So, on the Judge Your Neighbor worksheet.
Okay. Yes.
Now, on statement number 1, all of you listening to this, and those of you that wrote in with these, with so much pain. As I work with Anne, I invite you to find your own way on a Judge Your Neighbor worksheet. And if you only have a blank sheet of paper, that'll work. So find the moment when it first hit you that she was dead that it first hit you that she was really dead.
The first moment of deep, deep crying was I fell upon her cosmetic bag that was left in our downstairs. And when I opened it, I found her handwritten wedding vows that I didn't know, but she always carried with her.
Oh.
And And that's when I just fell apart.
Yeah.
And felt I've lost her forever. And
yes. Okay, sweetheart. So that's the moment to write about. Now, those of you listening, it doesn't have to be that moment. It can be any moment. It can be the moment you're experiencing right now. You know, it can even be a trivial thing. It doesn't have to come to this kind of devastation. But here we are, Anne. So you're in her room. Is that where you are?
I'm actually in the bathroom downstairs.
Okay, you're in the bathroom downstairs. And I'm devastated because
I don't have Hannah.
Yes. So write that down. I'm devastated because I don't have Hannah.
Okay.
And then fill in statement number 2 in that moment of horror. What did you want?
I wanted her back. I wanted my future with her back.
Yes. So you write that down. I want my future with her back. And on the other side of this call, you might find a couple of other just very short wants that were in that space, in that bathroom, in that situation, in that moment of horror. So, Anne, what advice would you offer Anne in that moment?
What advice would I offer
Anne in that moment? Anne should, Anne shouldn't. Anne should be here.
Oh, you mean Hannah? Are you talking about?
I'm sorry, Anne. Hannah should be here. Hannah should. It was in that space, so I certainly don't want to put words into your mind.
Hannah shouldn't have died.
Good.
Should be here.
Good. And you might add a couple of more later.
Okay.
So now let's look at the needs. What did you need in that moment?
I needed her back. I needed her with me.
Okay.
I needed to know she'd be okay and we'd have a great life together.
Yes, honey. Write those down. They're so powerful.
Okay.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So when you're ready, identify Hannah is and fill in statement number 5. And everyone, as we witness Anne filling in statement number 5 on the worksheet, you know, that's the place where this Judge and Neighbor worksheet, it takes clarity about that moment in time and what you were thinking, and to identify it and put it on that worksheet.
In that moment, I just felt she's gone from me forever.
So write it down. Hannah is gone from me forever. Good. Now, in your letter to me, it's really, you have, in your letter to me, you have statement number 5 filled in. Hannah is. Hannah is beloved soul. She's kind, she's funny, she's sweet, she's gracious, she's passionate worker for justice. And you could go on and on. And you have number 6 in your email to me as well. It says, I don't ever want to live through her death again. And I don't ever want to lose her again. So read statement number 1 again.
I don't have Hannah.
So you don't have Hannah. Is that true? In that situation, in that bathroom, you don't have Hannah. Is it true?
No.
It's not true. And notice how you react when you think this thought, I don't have Hannah. What happens emotionally in the bathroom when you think that thought?
Well, I feel dead and shut down. I can't face my own future.
Yes. And you see images of past, and you see images of future in your head.
Yeah.
That's what's meant by the waking dream. You see those images of past and future, those images that are not happening now. That is imagination. So, I don't have Hannah. What images do you see when you think that thought, I don't have Hannah? When you go to the horror, you see those images right then as you're in that bathroom.
It takes me back to seeing the images of the accident.
Yes, it does.
Yeah.
Yes, it does.
And that's a horror. It is. It's complete horror that in 1 second.
Yes. Yes. So the ego goes to this image so that it can stay identified as you. It's not right or wrong. It's just how the ego stays identified. Images. It's a dream. In that moment, we're dreaming. Okay. And in other words, we're dreaming. We see these images of her in the past. And as we witness that, it's like looking on screen at a horror. Just horror. It's so real. And in your letter, you said, this one's real. Well, that's what you were looking at. And it seems real, but they're images, aren't they?
Yes.
Okay. So we're just looking at that moment. So now, in the bathroom, reading her vows, and in that moment, whatever that was for you, okay, that horror, who would you be? You see an image of you in the bathroom reading that?
Yeah.
Who would you be without the thought, what was it? What did you write?
I don't have Hannah.
I don't have Hannah. Now, we're not talking about going into denial here, everyone. Sure. We're talking about, just notice, do you see her in the bathroom? I know I do. I see you in there reading vows, and I wasn't even there. So who would you be without the thought, I don't have Hannah? So you see that image of you in the bathroom. Are you okay? Is the ground holding you?
Yes.
Okay, and you have hair, and you're reading Hannah's vows. You see that physical presence of yourself there. Who would you be reading her vows without the thought, I don't have Hannah?
I would just be her very proud and grateful mother.
Yes. Yes, you see that? There's her very proud and grateful mother reading her vows in the bathroom. The ground's holding you. There are walls, there's a ceiling. There you are. Okay, getting grounded. I don't have Hannah. Turned it around to an opposite.
I have Hannah.
So give me an example. I do have Hannah.
I'm not sure how I do that. How I do
Well, in the moment, I do have Hannah. You know, did you ever experience a moment where you were in that bathroom and maybe she was in the kitchen?
Yes.
And you felt perfectly fine.
Yes.
I don't have Hannah. Can you find another turnaround? I'd like to find another example if I do have Hannah in that moment. Give me another example.
I'm lost a little bit.
That's okay. You're amazing, Anne. You're amazing. It's such a privilege of me to sit with you. I do have Anne. Did you have what she wrote in your hand?
Yes.
Yeah. That was Hannah. She wrote it.
Yes.
Do you see an image of Hannah?
Yes.
You see an image of Hannah in the car, leaving by helicopter? Any of that? I do have Hannah. Do you see those images?
No, not when I have her.
Do you see Hannah in her childhood? When I said you see Hannah in her childhood, you see an image?
When you say that?
Yes.
Then I can see her in her childhood, yes.
So I do have Hannah.
Yes.
Just like you did when she was in the kitchen and you were in the bathroom. I do have Hannah.
Yes.
All there was of Hannah when you were in the bathroom and she was in the kitchen, all you had of Hannah was in your head.
Yes.
And you have that as real experience.
Yes.
So that's all we ever really have of a person. You know, I could tell you I'm married to Stephen and he's at home, but I just don't know. You know, for all I know, he's gone. But that will never cost me Stephen. You know, that's why I say, Anne, that no one can leave me. They don't have that power. In my life, no one dies. So, you know, this is not a trick of mine. Believing anything differently is a trick of mind, and it's really painful. Let's look at another turnaround. I don't have Hannah. Turn it around to the self. I don't have
myself.
Yes. You're totally lost in that bathroom in a horror movie.
Yeah.
And you missed the bathroom experience. You're not present. You're not with those vows. You're not feeling the love that those vows can give you. You're blending it with horror. And the horror is coming from those images of, it's a movie. It's a horror movie. So not right or wrong, we're just noticing.
Yeah.
So let's look at the want. Yeah, I don't have myself. And later, on the other side of this call, and you can really drop into, in that situation, I didn't really have myself. You had a terrorized victim in a dream that is falling apart, not Hannah's mother. That wasn't Hannah's mother. It wasn't you. So let's look at statement 2.
Hannah shouldn't have died.
Okay, now this is where I'm going to kind of speed it up.
Yep.
Maybe.
Sure.
But read that one again.
Hannah shouldn't have died.
Is that true?
Well, it can't be true because she died.
Yes, so it's that place where who needs God when we have your opinion, and Hannah shouldn't have died. Is it true that she shouldn't have died? Notice how you react in the bathroom when you think that thought. Yeah, you're at war with God, at war with reality, at war with your most precious self. Our nature is to love, and we're believing these thoughts that are a horror, so there's opposition going. It's duality. But it's simply how this wild ego stays identified. As I am a victim of the world. So Hannah shouldn't have died. Who would you be reading her vows in that bathroom without the thought, Hannah shouldn't have died?
I'd have been so grateful for the life that she lived and I shared with her. Just grateful. Not sad and grateful, just grateful.
And reading those vows. In the state of love and appreciation and connection. Hannah shouldn't have died, turned around, Hannah should.
Yeah, died.
So if this is a friendly universe, and of course in my experience, it is 100% a friendly universe. But I'm of sound mind, maybe not where other people would see it that way, but I'm connected. That's what I mean of sound mind. So Hannah should have died. An example, Hannah should have died. If it's a friendly universe, why is it good for Hannah she died? Why is it good for you she died? Why is it good for the world that she died? In a friendly universe, it's got to be a win-win, not a lose. This is tough work. There's only one thing tougher, and that's not finding resolution.
Yeah. Right. I'm a little dumbstruck when you, so you're asking for the example that Hannah should have died.
Yes, it is a friendly universe. Why would it be that Hannah should have died?
This is, I get dumbstruck because I feel like my brain can't reason that answer. Only God has that answer.
Well, I'm asking you to get so close to God that you can hear the answer. That's what happens in inquiry. We're shown. So give this some time.
Yeah, I guess that's.
If it were my daughter, let's see, why is it in a friendly universe? Why is it a good thing she died? She never has to suffer pain again. She never has to suffer what you're suffering. She'll never have the measles or the mumps. She'll never be disappointed. I could go on and on and on. It doesn't mean I wouldn't prefer she's alive. I mean, because obviously, selfishly, it's all about me.
Right. Yeah.
Totally. All about me and my welfare and my happiness. But I want to get out of that box. And if God is good, if the universe is friendly, why is she better off? So sit quietly with those. And why are you better off?
That's the tough one.
That's the tough one, but you can do it. You can do it. It's all about asking and then listening and being shown. And at that point, that's where faith really works, because when your mind is open, you'll be shown. And it really is the truth that sets us free. I love inquiry. It's all there when we get still and listen. And the way the world is set up, it's so powerful that it brings you back to yourself. Hannah shouldn't have died. Turn it around and put you on it. I
shouldn't have died?
Yes. In that moment, weren't you just obliterated?
Yeah.
Hannah's loving mother, blown to smithereens in a horror. Just a state of such pain. So is it what you were thinking and believing that was causing the pain? Or was it the bathroom and the list you were reading? I mean, look at you in that bathroom. You're fine. Other than what you're thinking and believing, you're fine. And then we give life a terrible reputation. It's unfair. It's not just. It's horrible. And we believe it about life when all the time you're standing there with her list. You're okay. Other than what you're thinking and believing, the universe is friendly. And we're just talking about that moment. Anything else you can take on later. We're just doing one situation at a time. Until finally we get it. Just get it. We find ourselves so connected to our daughters that no death can separate us. Not from any human being. If we could be separated, there's something really off here. This is more like hell than heaven. But it's a state of mind. So, sweetheart, let's look at your wants. Statement 2.
I want my future with her.
So turn it around. I want my future. Put you on all of it. You've got your future with her. She's always there. She's always there. She's always there. Just like she was in the kitchen and you were in the bathroom. She's always there. She's always there. Anytime she shows up in your mind, it's a visit. Don't block her out. You shove her out with these horrific images. Let her in. Just as though she were in the kitchen. She's closer than that. She's right here. And the mind is open, the heart is open. So invitation to be open to those visits. And when it looks like a horror, you have the work. I want my future with Hannah. Turned around, I want my future with
myself.
Yes. Yeah. You were lost in that bathroom. You lost yourself. You lost Hannah's mother. Understanding, connected, loving her. So let's look at statement 4. The needs.
My eyes are blurry. In order for you to be happy, what would I need? I need to know we would have a great future together.
Turned around, I don't.
I don't
need to know.
Need to know we would have a great future together.
No, because you do. You do. You know, love isn't something that goes away. We believe our thoughts and we lose the awareness of love and connection, but that doesn't mean you're not connected. So through inquiry, we can catch up with ourselves with that connection. And be grateful for it rather than horrified and cutting that connection off.